What's going on, guys? Market crash, a massive one at that. Players are just falling down in price. Liaos, the Claudinas. But what that means is, well, what it means is basically we can now buy players that maybe otherwise would be much more expensive. So we're going to go through a top 5 players in each position under 100k. A lot of these players, not only 2 weeks ago, were like double, triple, quadruple the amount of money. But I thought I'd go with a bit of mixture. Both the players that maybe suit the more kind of the enforcer play style after the patch, and also go with the shorter players and more dribblers. But again, I'm only going to go through meta players here, so I'm not going to go through no BS. You guys know how it is already. I don't have to repeat that anymore now. But we're just going to go through the pure meta game changes. The players that's going to give you the more wins, the guys that's got the worth value for the most money, guys and girls, of course. Claudia and Pina, we know is absolute beast. But we're going to start off with Gyökeres. I think after the patch, maybe probably a bit more effective. I still think he's one of the best strikers that you can get for 100k. I think if you got a Premier League player, don't go for Haaland, go for Gyökeres. You know what's crazy? Everyone keeps talking about how this game, all these players are unavailable. But when have you seen a player like Gyökeres being 100k historically inside FC26 Premier League? Normally a card like this is going to be easily like the hundreds and thousands of coins that, we've seen the Haaland actually even drop as well. But they're both good. I think Haaland is a good play. 6'5", bit more taller. I think it's probably, unless you're not abusing a low driven, I think you're better off going with a Gyökeres, a bit more overall if you're asking me, and a better acceleration as well. But 4-star weak foot, a fantastic card. Low driven, quick step, finesse shot, power shot, has everything that you want. Claudina Pina has been dropping. Just be very careful when you do buy her now. It's Sunday now. She normally goes up. So today is the 12th. She normally goes up. So on night, just in general, on the night. So on Thursday, they normally go up in price, and Sunday they tank. So whenever that's why I make these videos now. So at least if someone buys someone, they'll be like, Neil, I lost money because of you. But low driven, 5-star weak foot, needs a hunter. But she's definitely one of the best strikers inside the game right now. And it's kind of crazy, like how like I'm actually using her instead of like, oh, I got Dembele and Cam. Dembele, I would still say is better than Claudia and Pina, but it's crazy how I'm using her up top with Dembele. Like, when have you had like the most broken card for such a good price? This is one of those years. Tiki taka, incisive, technical, has everything that she wants. Really now I'm looking for the low drivens. Alvarez goes in. I don't think he is as good as maybe some of the other cards, but I still think for La Liga he has to go in there. I mean, Yos is another cheap card. Dumine is my favorite card this year. Like Diani's up there, of course, but I think she's just very like, I think with the link with Karchawi, Diani, and Dumine, if you've got under 400k and you're looking for players, they should be in your team guaranteed. Not maybe, guaranteed. But she's got incisive, technical as a cam and quick step. Absolute beast. 4-star, 4-star, everything that you want stats wise. You can put a Deadeye on her if you really want to improve her passing as well, or an engine. I think she's a brilliant player, honestly, guys. If you haven't got her already, definitely try out. One of the best cards I've honestly used this game. It's kind of crazy how this card sometimes outperforming those cards that cost like 500k. It's not like there's anything special. It's just in-game stats. I don't know why people don't understand. People just think there's like some magic formula. I want to chuck Donovan in just because he can play cam. So there isn't that many cams in a game. I know many people are struggling with chemistry. But if you're looking for a cam that can just fit into the team and just get the job done, like you're playing like a 4-2-3-1 narrow, I want to put Donovan in. That's the only reason I'm putting him in, because he's got a Shadow Striker plus as well. Pulisic goes in as being one of the better cams I've used. I've used his gold card, not his inform. But definitely you're paying for that upgrade. And to be honest, I think it's a very decent upgrade. You know what? The price is not too bad. A decent stats upgrade all around. 5-star weak foot, don't forget. And of course, he gets the rolls as well. I wish he had a better like a Shadow Striker. But I think with incisive, low driven, quick step, 5-star weak foot, I think not many people are running a Serie A team. But if you still are, maybe you got a Loftus Cheek, maybe you got an Evolution. I think he really much goes in there. He can also play on the wing as well. Probably put a Hunter on him. Probably the way to go. But I think for under 100k, I know he's 169. I have to be careful. I mean, I'm expecting him to keep falling. So by the time this video probably comes out, it's probably going to be like 130. Then we got McTominay. Now in cams is a little bit of a lackluster. You know why Wirtz is expensive? Wirtz is garbage. Under the only circumstance he has the incisive, low driven, and technical. If you never had those, maybe with finesse shot as well. I don't get the hype. I think he's a mediocre card, but if you abuse the first time through balls, he's a fantastic card. His price is currently dropping right now. You got to be careful, but McTominay is a cheap alternative. And I think he's got the enforcer. He can play cam playmaker plus plus as well, and can play center mid, and can actually defend. So I think if you're looking for like an all-arounder cam, I think you can get the job done very well. But if you're looking just to abuse those insights, because let's be realistic, first time through balls are still very effective. Anyone watching the pro scene right now, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. But I think he still goes in with being one card that I think you should very much try if you are using those through balls. Bellingham goes in, not really my favorite this year. Technical kind of saves him, but he's more of that clunky cam, needs a hunter. Had his pace been a bit higher, it would have been a different situation. But under 100k, beggars can't be really choosers. And we've got Oyarzabal as well. There's a few other cards like Marmouche and stuff, but we're not going to really put those in now. But he's got incisive technical as well. So you see, I'm trying to choose these players that I know he's got plus shadow striker. I'm trying to choose these players about 100k. Let's say we had 10-20%, depending, because obviously the price is going to change. You know, obviously Oyarzabal, when you're watching this, obviously I'm uploading this when the video comes out. It could be 50k, it could be 70k. Remember, the price are going to change when the video comes out. It's not a dynamic video where the prices are. People always ask me that question. I always wonder why. Like, anyway. Yeah, but he's a very good card inside technical. So you're looking for the La Liga combinations. Maybe you got the Julian Alvarez. I think he's a good card. Domine goes in at cam as well. Now we go to wingers. So I want to throw in Bob. I think Bob is a really decent card. You know, 62k, tiki taka technical. What's cool is you can play left wing, right mid, right wing, and so you can play all the wing positions. So you can play inside forward on a right mid, on the right wing, and left wing inside forward. So you know what? The Premier League very much lacks right mids. You know, you have Embremo, that's about it. 2-star weak foot. It's not really the best, is it? And then who else do you really have? You don't really have anyone else. I mean, we can go Premier League. We've got Salah, which is more expensive. But if we go to the right mids and right wings and we go to the Premier League, in terms of choice, there really isn't that much. Saka's too slow. Palmer's too slow. He's more of a cam. Yeah, you can go with Park Ji-sung, and Cole is a bit too expensive. And Bremo is really the only one that you can really go with. Or you can go with a Kudus card. Semenyo, I want to put like an honorable mention to him because he's got the Loader and the Enforcer. And to be honest, I think for 43k, he's actually not a bad card. 5-star weak foot as well. Would be beautiful. You could play him in cam. But he can also play left mid and right mid with the role plus. Honorable mention definitely goes to him. But I think if I had to choose one, I think I would choose Bob, personally speaking. I think they're both good, but I would go with Bob as well. He's 5'9", a bit better on the ball. And like, I think they both, I like more agile players. I think Bob could probably get the job done on both, but he's a bit more versatile as well. But either one is good. Williams goes in, with being probably, I think a lot of the pros still using him. 5-star weak foot. A lot of people forget about he has 5-star weak foot this year. He needs a finisher or a hunter on the wing, but he's a very good card. I'd probably go with a finisher if you're asking me. Or you could consider a hawk. But I think realistically, you got to go finisher. Get his finisher up. Salma goes in, bit overpriced. She went back up again, so just be careful with her price, but she should fall down. But one of the best left mids I've used this year. They're very cheap. I think if you've got Claudina Pina in your team, Patri Guijaro, she has to go in. I mean, like, if you're not going for the Diani Dominane mix, Diani I've kind of excluded from this list because she's probably just a bit too expensive. I don't want to take them. Oh, actually, she's gone down. Hang on 1 second. Oh, she's gone down. Guess not. I thought she was still 130, but she's dropped now in the last day. But Diani, of course, goes in being one of the better strikers inside the game. And of course, like, she's a fantastic card. There's no shadow of a doubt about that. And I thought she was still a bit expensive, but it appears she's not. I thought she was had like a, so I don't know, for something I thought she was still 150. Maybe because I bought her like a few days ago for 130, and then okay, anyway. Diani definitely goes in. I didn't realize the price drop. But Salma, if you're not going with the Diani Domine, you have to go with the Salma. Let me know if you want to see actually some squad builders. You know, I know I do these amazing squad builders, like so many different, but maybe I just do one video, one squad builder, add the tactics in. Let me know. And let me know which plays you want to consider using as well. We might go for 250 anyway. Diani I've already put in over here, actually. I don't know why I moved her. But yeah, she's actually still in the list. The Kvaratskhelia I put in. I think 5-star, 5-star, a very good card. If you got the Pacho links, the Marquinhoses, although I don't really like it. Okay, Vitinha is one of those cards, by the way. I think you need to know what you're doing. He's got tiki-taka and size for the technical, but he's so slow. You really got to know what you're doing defensively to get away with him. I think people, they use him like, let's say if I'm advising a top tier player, he's good. If I'm advising an average player, I would say just be very careful, because a lot of people are going to use a technical with a center mid. They're going to run forward. They're going to lose the ball. He's too slow to recover. Then they're going to get counter attacked because they haven't got a center mid CDM. That's a whole other palaver. But anyway, Kvaratskhelia goes in 5-star, 5-star. Fantastic. Hunter on him. Very good card. You could probably go towards a Hawk as well if you want to. But as a winger, you want a Hunter. 5-star, 5-star incisive. Very, very underrated. Liao has dropped tremendously. Has been just been dropping. Literally ran down by like 30%. But 5-star, 4-star, incisive. You can see like a lot of the recurring pattern. Doesn't have technical, but still a very good card. Now we're going over here now to center mids. Lorente kind of goes in. We kind of put him here as a hybrid because he can play kind of right mid, but realistically, he's one of the better center mids I've used inside the game. McTominay, talked about already. I think he's worth. I think how would I probably say? I think he was overpriced. Well, the thing is, who's better than him in the Premier League? Maybe a Tonali. I think with the Tiki Taka Playstyle Plus, him and De Jong are definitely up there. I think De Jong is too expensive. I think Reinders is one of the best cards you can get. Technical, incisive Tiki Taka. A lot of the pros are using him. You know, it kind of reminds me of the old Seedorf. You know, the old Seedorf? Just imagine Seedorf without dribbling. That's what I mean. So, the old, for those you don't know, the old Seedorf base icon, I mean, like, he was like one of my favorite cards because he had a bit of everything. You know, I'll just give you a bit of an example. I'm going to take a trip down memory lane at the moment. I'm going to open this in a new tab. We'll take a trip down memory lane. So you can see Seedorf, you know, he had the pace, he had a good shot power, long shots, good passing. And his marking, defensive awareness, otherwise known as, back in those days, you could put a shadow on him. I don't think they'll have updated Chemshot. Yeah, you could put a shadow on him, and he used to be a very good center mid. He used to be like when this guy always came out, he was always like a very, very good center mid. And he gave the links as well. He's a very, very good card. So I like to think of this Reinders like Seedorf. That's the way that I look at him. His pace could be better. And he's not the smoothest of players on the ball, but I think overall as a center mid with that defensive awareness, I think he's a very good card. Put a shadow on him. I think he's very good. Incisive, technical, and tiki taka, perfect for road. And if you're playing a four, maybe let me know if you want to. Well, I don't know. Maybe I was going to talk about the formations, but I think this video will end up becoming like a Nil Guys documentary. No one wants to watch that on a Sunday evening. But maybe when I do those individual squad builders and I do specific formations, then maybe I talk about why this player is good in that role and that 4-4-2. Let me know if you want to see that down below. Patrick Guijarro goes in. I'm not joking. He's probably one of the best CDMs I've used this game. Amazing pass of the ball. You can put a hunter on it. She's got box crasher. Sorry, very, very good. Karchawi goes in. She can play center mid. The problem is there isn't that many good CDMs. Like there's Patrick Guijarro. Reinders, but like there isn't really anyone like. The problem is like until you get to the higher budgets like the Ramirez, there isn't really anyone standoutish, if that makes not under 100k anyway. Now we're gonna go to the fullbacks. So we're gonna go Robinson. We're gonna put him at left back. I think he's exceptionally good. I think I put him in the shadow. I think for like budget players, I think he's really, really good. Nuno Mendes is probably a bit expensive for a left back. But look, people would ask me, should I spend 130k on left back? Look, if your team's worth 5 mil, then yes. If your team's worth 600k, then no. The left back's not going to be doing that much. So this should be the last position you should be basically reinforced with an expensive player. Maybe like a 50k player. But to be honest, I think he's one of the best left backs inside the game. Honestly, I think him. I think you can put a sentinel on him. You can even put an anchor on him. Don't put a shadow on him. I probably would do something like that. So like 9 sprint speed. But I'll be honest, he's got the jockey play style everything that I want. I think he's the best one of the best left backs inside the game. Bombast I want to throw in. I used on my main account just to get chemistry to the Diani and everything. But she's 5'4". She's not tall. But if you want someone that can do a job that's got good passing as well, incisive pass down the wing, I think she's very, very important. Left footers through balls down the wing is more important than you think. I think she's really good, by the way. I think she's really, really good. Di Lorenzo comes in. We're playing right back as well. He can play centre back. Llorente probably the best right back. I mean, the argument is for Hakeem. I mean, of course, there's Valverde, right? Like let's ignore the icons and the Valverdes, right? Because they're expensive. He's probably better CDM here, but I think Hakimi again is one of the best right backs in the game. I think if not probably the best. I think the jockey playstyle really makes a big, big difference. Again, pricey. You wouldn't be spending this kind of money on a card, realistically speaking. Korchawi, fantastic card as well. Can play centre mid, as I mentioned. Can also play cam. I've used it. You know what? I've used her in camp. She can't score to save her life, but you could put a hunter on her. She's got fantastic passing, technical as well. Jockey plays the out of possession, and she can actually defend. Like, but she's more of a centre mid, but she can play left back very well as well. If you're looking for the Diana Link, she's the one to go with. Hernandez gets another honourable mention. No jockey play style, but I think you could chuck a Sentinel on him. I think he's still a very good card with the French links. Frimpong probably goes in with the best right back. If you're looking for a cheaper one, you can go Aina. Even Balde is a really good cheap option. And I want to throw in Leguli. I think that's how you say her name. But again, if you're looking for another player, maybe you're not going to get the card Charid. Maybe you want a good right back. I think she's actually a good card. 5'7". She's not the tallest. But if you're looking for that chem here, I think you can get a shadow on her and you can get her in. So if you're really looking for that chem, or maybe you're going for like a left back, like a Nuno Mendes, because you want to get Pacho on your team, let's say purely for chemistry, I think she's a decent card. I packed her. She's a pretty decent card. She got the job done. I would like it to be faster, but she got the job done, is what I'm saying. Hincapi goes in being one of the best left backs and centre backs inside the game. You know, people are saying that the Agbadu, whatever his name is, I think he's a fantastic card. But look, Agbadu, have a look at this evolution. Look, 90 sprint speed, 80 defense awareness, and just have a quick snapshot here at the defending and the physical, right? Jockey and block. And you can see that Hincapi has basically the same. You could argue Hincapi is basically the same player, has got block and jockey, because look, what's Agbadu got? Okay, bruiser, precision head, that's not that important. But Hincapi, slightly less better passing, which is not the end of the world for a defender. Bit better physicality in some areas. Defending is basically the same. So if you're asking me, I would much rather prefer someone who's got better agility and balance as a centre back. If you know what I mean, you know I've been saying this for years. For movement, especially this year. So I think Hincapi is the better option. Just get Hincapi, save the Evo, is what I'm saying. But he's a perfect left back. If your left back just doesn't go forward, just doesn't attack. Let's say you've got Lorente going forward on the right hand side, you can get him in. But centre back, he's perfect as well. Batcher has to go in as well. Now we're going to go to the centre back. So Hincapi, I mentioned. Bremer is another very good card. Kunde, in my opinion, the best centre back inside the game. As I said to you last year, I will say the same. The best goal centre back inside the game. Let's say I have no idea how you play. This guy's going to go in. He creeps into the top 100 list. I tried to sneak him in last week, but realistically, it's probably a bit too expensive. But now he's gone down in price. I think, you know what, like realistically speaking, I mean, like when was last? I did this last week on. So yeah, it was 100. He's like 150k when I did him, but now he's sneaking down. Honestly, if you struggle, this guy will fix your defensive woes. Okay, any more woes you have after that, it's your gameplay. But if you're worried about like people running too fast, you gotta get him in. He's so good, guys. So good. Please get him in. He's so good. I think him and Thuram will be a perfect combination. Pavard, Pavard I wanted to put in. I think he's a very good card, but because his sprint speed is really low, when I recommended some players, I think a lot of people are struggling with his sprint speed, not his defending ability, his sprint speed. But honorable mention when it goes to Pavard as well. But Di Lorenzo, perfect card as well. No jockey, but still very good. Saliba goes in. Jockey, another good card, but again, it lacks the sprint speed, so I don't think it's really worth it, if you're asking me, but he's still under the 100k mark. I kind of got to put him in. Pacho is the one I'll go with. Like, if you're looking for two, Kunde and Pacho. I think Kunde and Pacho are like the best combination you can get right now under 100k. I think even going up to like 500k, there isn't really that many good options. Like, I mean, there is quite a few. You got Cordobas, but you're going into high price territory and you got to think of like price value. Like a lot of these cards are very good value, and this card is performing better than, like, I would rather have this card than like a Vidic, for example. Vidic is a good card, but you know, 81 sprint speed, 90 defense awareness. Like, I'd rather just get Pacho for literally a fifth of the price. I'd literally rather just get Pacho, and you can argue better sprint speed. So that's what I would say. Power Karabsi I put in. Marquinhos, I would probably admit from the list. I still think he's a good card, by the way. I'm not saying he's a bad card. I think he's still a good card. In the set playstyle jockey, I think he's a good card. But I think Patch is a better card. I want to put Power in because I feel like if you're looking for the Kunde link, and let's say you're really like, you know, I need chemistry, he can go in. The only downside is he's got no jockey playstyle, but he's got the intercept playstyle. So I think he would be not a bad shout if you really wanted to get Kunde on chemistry. Van de Ven still goes in for me. I'm using him and Hincapi on my second account. Marquinhos talked about already. Hincapi goes in. And then Lacroix. He still goes in. Even Mario Gila. Those cards are so amazing. Like, you know, every RTG I'm running, I'm more running like Hincapi and Lacroix now because Hincapi is like 10k. So the best centre back duo you can get for 20k is definitely Hincapi and Lacroix. Is what I would say. And then we're going to go to goalkeepers now. I'm going to tell you what play styles I think are important, okay? Footwork for the low drivens, as I said to you when the game came out. You see more people use that, and rush out. I think rush out is very important. I think especially if you play a high line, you're seeing, I think anyone here is really a go-to. You know, I mentioned at the beginning, Ter Stegen is my favorite goalkeeper. He still is. I really like, I've always liked Ter Stegen. He's got the saves with feet, or what's known as footwork. Yeah, he could have better height. Look, if it was up to me, I would go with far reach, but literally no one has got far reach as well. Like, it's literally impossible. You got one guy here. I don't even know. Let's have a quick look. 6 foot. If somehow you can get him in your team in a second league, I mean, he's got all the playstyles, to be fair. What's his reactions? 69. It's a tough one. I mean, look, realistically, I would go with Ter Stegen here and Martinez, Unai Simon. I think these are all the major leagues. Ter Stegen, Martinez, Unai Simon, Cavalier, Castells, and Leno is another good card. Cheap beast. But the Courtois, the Donnarummas, they're also very, very good. Look, if I get rid of Rush Out, there's the Donnarummas, the David Rayas. It depends on how you want to go about it. If you want to go with height, I put 6'1". No, sorry, I put 6 foot here as the minimum. But you could go, for example, like, I don't know, let's go 6'2", 6'3", and you could get some of these guys in as long as you want. But Vicario is an honorable mention, and Marmadashvili is the other guy. But that would be my best players in each position under 100k. I think that's basically it. Howard is actually not is a really good card, by the way, if you're looking for like just someone who can just get the job done, and Premier League links as well. But guys, as usual, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget, join my Patreon series, patreon.com, if you're struggling right now, and let's say you've done the team, you've done everything you can, but you're still struggling inside the game. Apart from that, it's going to be gameplay. Like, if you got like a 1 million coin team, as long as you use a team that I built, not like some, just be careful, there's some nonsense squad builders out there. But there are some videos on defending. We've talked about this already. We're uploading more. There's another video coming out actually today on defending. Should be coming out this evening. We're just editing it just now in the background. And then, of course, we also have the meta mechanics. I know a lot of people, I know I don't want a lot of people watching this. I want people to learn the gameplay first, but the truth is, once you got a decent level, just watch the meta mechanics, do everything that I say. Like, you know, the easiest way, we talk about the easiest way now to break the defensive lines. We got the theory of something. So we show you the theory in a tactical board, and then we show you the gameplay example of how it's done. Don't forget, these are all private videos. They're not available on my YouTube channel. They're just private YouTube videos. But that is basically everything I think on that. Don't forget, we've got so many videos, not just defending, we've got attacking videos, pressing videos, real life football examples, everything that you can think of, pro play analysis as well. We're going to be going over Stingray's gameplay as well. We're going to go over his one. We go over Impact's left stick dribbling. So many videos. Anyway, links down below in the description. Don't forget, if you don't get bet after 1 month, we will refund your money. So realistically now, it's come to the point now where I don't have to even keep saying this, but at the end of the day, gotta do the adverts, right? Thanks for watching. Links down below in the description. Don't forget, there's a big patch coming out, defending patch. See, I kind of knew, I can't say how, but let's just say I kind of had a guess, inclination, let's say, a good guess, that this patch was gonna come out. That's why if you see all these defending videos, I didn't rely on no bruiser, none of that nonsense. I just taught you how to defend properly with the run and jockey. That way, whatever you've learned already, when that patch comes out, it will all transfer over. The most important video I would say is this defending positioning video. Rush, by the way, if you're just watching this, Rush is literally the best way to practice defending. In this video, we just go over, I play a game and I go over some analysis and I explain, for example, like how positionally I run back. If you're struggling right now, Rush is literally one of the best ways to practice defending. Yes, it's extremely hard in Rush. You're up against 3 or 4 players, but you explain like how to reduce the statistical chance of your opponent scoring a goal, and you really talk about blocking angles and defending angle towards goal. But we go over this inside the video. You can have check it out. It's actually like it ends up becoming like I think it was a 40-minute long video. Anyway, look, patreon.com/nilguy. Thanks for watching. Let me know what else you want to see. Squad builders, what budgets? Let me know down below. Just comment like 400k, whatever. I'll make one this week. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. Catch you next time.